Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of Solo, a Star Wars story. This is basically the story of a young Han Solo. First starting out, of course, this Han Solo is played by Alden Ehrenreich, right? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Okay, he's in this, of course, Woody Harrelson in this as well as a character named Beckett. Emily Clark, from Game of Thrones, she's in it as Kiera, and Donald Glover is in there as Lando Calrissian. You have also Thandie Newton as well. And Paul Bettany is in this as well as a character named Drayton Voss. Okay, basically this is a story, I guess, a young adventure of a young Han Solo. And this movie, the thing is, like I said, this movie had a kind of troubled production because I think Lord and Miller was originally hired to direct it, and they got fired, I think, halfway through, and they brought in Ron Howard to, kind of, I guess, finish it off, and his name's on the credits, so I guess he filmed the majority of the movie, because I think they have a thing, if I think if a director films the majority of a certain percentage, which I forget what it is, his name will go on the credit no matter who directed the other parts of it. Okay, so I'm assuming Ron Howard directed the majority of it, okay, or at least reshot parts of it. Anyway, this starts off with the character of Han Solo, starting out, of course, always wanting to be a pilot, okay, to be the best pilot, and growing up in a pretty crappy existence with a character named Kiera, played by Emily Clark. They want to get off this horrible planet and, and be free, and he wants to be the best pilot there ever is, okay? And that's basically his story. And of course, along the way, things happen, okay, without spoiling it, and then he kind of runs into another character named Beckett, played by Woody Harrelson. He's a sort of a mercenary, does jobs for hire. Him and his other character named Val, played by Thandie Newton. It's them two, and I think another weird alien creature. They're like a team, and Han Solo kind of falls in, or kind of forces his way in uh, to their group, to be part of their group and hang out, and be their pilot and run it, and run a job. And basically, he wants to learn from Beckett, how to be a mercenary, and he wants to use his skills as a pilot to do this. And of course, along the way, he also runs into Chewbacca, of course, his future co-pilot, of course, from the Star Wars movies. And the thing about this movie is specifically Alden Ehrenreich, who I originally didn't want him to be Han Solo. I wanted the guy from Baby Driver, which I can't remember his name. It's in my life. But I thought Alden Ehrenreich did a really good job. I think as Han Solo in this movie, I didn't look at him and say, okay, he's imitating a young Harrison Ford. I think he was good enough, and he had enough charisma, screen presence to pull off playing a young Han Solo. I think he did a really good job. So I have no problem with him. And I also, of course, Donald Glover's in this as Lando Calrissian. I thought he did a decent job. He's not in the movie as much as I thought he would be, but I think he did a decent job as Lando Calrissian. I thought, okay, Woody Harrelson, like I said, he's always good in everything he does. Okay, as Beckett, he's the guy that's basically teaching Han Solo how to, to run, to be a mercenary, and how to run scan and bites. He's always teaching him lessons on how to, on how to behave and stuff, and that's where he kind of learns his lesson. Okay, he learns lessons. And Emily Clark, as she's more than the love interest, okay, in this movie, and without spoiling it, and I thought she did a decent job. And I thought her and Alden Ehrenreich had good chemistry together. And like I said, the problem with this movie is the cast is good. And that's not the problem with the cast. It's just the story is just sort of average. It's not Star Warsy, is that's a word? It's not worthy of a Star Wars movie. I mean, it's just an average story. It's basically them having to do a job for somebody they owe that they owe money for, or they have to succeed at this job, or else they're going to be killed. Basically, that's the gist of the story, and you kind of know, at least that's the problem with doing prequels, that Han Solo, he can't die, so he's never really in danger. I mean, he can be put in crappy situations, but he's not going to die. At least him and Chewbacca is not going to die, because and the same thing with Lando Calrissian too. Those characters are not going to die. But I still think the problem is not with the actors. I think the actors did the best they could with the material, but I think the story is just average. I mean, you do get a good sense of Han Solo, and I think Alden Ehrenreich does pull it off. And I would love to see him in another movie with a better script. That's just my problem. They just the story is just average. It's not really you know, you want these Star Wars movies to be an event, and this movie is just it's not worthy of it to me, in my opinion. It's just an average story. You know, basically the guys, you know, guys owe people money and they have to pull off a job. It's like a heist movie. Like I said, you know, the guys owe the bad guys money. They have to do something. They have to commit another bigger crime to pay off the, you know, the bad guy or be killed. Okay, and then you have to figure out if they're gonna double cross and survive that and get out of that. And like I said, it's you know, it's fairly predictable and stuff. But and like I said, it's just the story is the problem. It's not the actors. I think the actors do a good job and they have good chemistry and good screen presence. It's just that the story is unfortunately sort of average, unfortunately. And again, I would like to see Alden Ehret come back as Han Solo, because I think he did a good job, and I think he does have screen presence and stuff, and I think he did a good job. But I think you need a better story, just a better story for a Han Solo movie. So if they do another one, which I hope they do in this case, because I think the cast is good, but I just think you need a story that's worthy of Star Wars. Okay, but overall, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, and that's mostly because of the cast. Again, I think the story is sort of average, but the cast makes the movie to me. Okay, unfortunately, the script let them down. Okay, I think the direction was okay. I just think that the story was just sort of average, just not worthy of Star Wars, in my opinion. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of Star Wars, of Solo, a Star Wars story. What do you think of it? Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Again, I think Rogue One was a better movie. I think that was the better movie, even though you know, kind of knew what would happen. But I thought they pulled that off better than this. Okay, that was just a better movie to me, in my opinion. Rogue One was okay than this. Okay, so we're going to be first, and then Solo. Okay, so hopefully going forward, if they do another Solo movie, which I hope they do, because I think they got the cast right. They just need a better script. Okay, maybe stop hiring the castings to do all Lawrence Kasdan, I think, and his Jonathan Kasdan. I don't know if that's his brother or his son or whatever. Maybe have somebody else write the script. Okay, because yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just had their great relationship with Kathleen Kennedy, and that's why they getting picked. But I think you just need a better script. Okay, so maybe get somebody else to write the script. Okay, and then you get a better story. Okay, anyway, let me know what you think of Solo, a Star Wars story. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. Let me know what you think of it down below. And also, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, as well as my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.